big and low. I can't work out which way to go, so I called you up in a desperate time. I need to know what I will find. And so you take your hope, your fire, you bury it deep. For safekeeping, you cover your scars, tether your heart, hoping nobody will see you. Bleeding hearts, mess on the floor. So pick yourself up, head out the door, and call me up in a desperate time. I'll let you know what you will find. And so you take your hope, your fire, you bury it deep. For safekeeping, you cover your scars, tether your heart, hoping nobody will see. Some people will try to put you down, mess up your life, or bring you to ground. And some people follow, some will stay. If you hold on, maybe you'll find. Some people change. Some people change. Some people change. Ooh. And so you take your hope, your fire, you bury it deep. For safekeeping, you cover your scars, tether your heart, hoping nobody will see. And some people will try to put you down, mess up your life, or bring you to ground. And some people will follow, some will stay. If you hold on, maybe you'll find that some people change. Some people change. Some people change. Some people change.
Darren, welcome to The Right Note.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. And thank you for playing Some People as well. What can you tell me about writing that song?
That song I wrote towards the end of the recording cycle, I suppose. I was sitting down at that point wondering, kind of thinking about what the record might need, and I just sort of started strumming this basic idea, which Davey kind of helped me finish. He threw some melody ideas and then I took them home and wrote lyrics. Okay. And the song really is just about saying that, we all fall into places that we might not have expected to find ourselves in at some time, but that you're not alone. You know, you can reach out, and I'll let you know what you're going to find. And if it happens to be me falling down there, I'll be putting my hand up and hoping someone's reaching down. And that's that is based on personal experience and people I've known who have been in a place and somehow dug them out of a serious trap, for instance, of say a drug problem, or and they've clawed their way out, which I can imagine is not easy. Didn't look easy. So just also that sentiment that people can change. Yeah. So it's a song of hope in some ways. Definitely. Oh, absolutely. All my songs visit despair. Don't stay there too long. Head towards a more positive, kind of hopeful vibe, because that's kind of how I am. I go to both places at different times. Yeah, okay. And you mentioned Davey there, so Davey Lane from You and I, who produced the album.
I mean, you've been friends with him for, well, you toured with him when Powderfinger and you and I were around the Traps. Was that the start of your friendship?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're on tour and you bump into people many times, you know, you kind of become friends, but it's a very transient life and friendship, I suppose, because you just cross paths, you tour for a while, you drink at the same bar and then you part ways. But when I moved to Melbourne after Powderfinger called it quits, I moved into a suburb and Davey lived a street away and we knew each other and we just kind of became friends and we hung out a lot. I've got a lot of respect for Davey as a musician and a producer. So yeah, and I wanted this record to have a bit more of a sharper edge to it and be a bit more guitar driven, which is kind of what I've done my whole life anyway. So he kind of helped make that happen.
Yeah, it is, and the record is Tides, and it's got like it does have a bolder kind of more confident sort of feel to it.
That's good. That's kind of what I wanted it to have.
Right. So from the outset, you knew that this is you've done, because your first two solo albums were quite quiet and very melodic, and not this album is very melodic as well, but it's just ballsier, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, that's what I wanted to do. Is I wanted this to be a bit of a step backwards for me, really, into kind of that mongrel that we used to have in Powderfinger, where we wanted things to be beautiful, but also have a bit of a point to the elbow, if you know what I mean, in your side. So I've tried to take it back to that kind of place, and I wanted it to have energy and a little bit of desperation, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I think it kind of sits in its own place in the current musical landscape. It's slightly retrospective, but not really. It's kind of right now as well, I guess.
Yeah, and is it a challenge? I mean, I think this is probably your 11th record, all your Powderfinger stuff and drag and then your solo work. It's probably up around there.
Yeah, you're probably about right.
Does it become a challenge each time to think of something new to do?
Yeah, it's always a challenge to... I mean, at this point in my musical life or my life in general, you know, the benchmark and the bar that I have to get above is just a reflection of myself in the mirror. I need to kind of, you know, I suppose I'm not really... I am trying to prove to everyone else out there that I'm still good and I've got things to offer, but I'm really trying to impress myself as well. And so therefore that challenge exists. And, you know, look, songwriting it's a journey without a final destination. I don't think you ever get to a point where you go, and that's it. I've written everything, I've said everything, because, you know, life is fluid and the way we see things changes. Yeah. So turn that into a song.
Yeah, right. And are you a tough critic of yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, already this album's not even out and there's probably a few things I reckon I could have done again or a bit, well, you know, that's just, I guess the point of that is that I am quite a harsh critic, but, you know, it's the same way. I was chatting with a friend earlier today and I was saying, I hope that interview went well. And she said, you know, look, I always look weird when I look back and stuff. My eyes are big and I do this. I go, isn't it funny the way we see ourselves as opposed to the way other people see us?
So does that mean somewhere in the back recesses of your mind you're already thinking about what you'll do differently for the next album and the things that you'll fix on this record?
Yeah, I won't bother fixing. I mean, the thing with the music for me is like there's a recorded process, that step, and then the live process is that's where I'll fix things. And I love not repeating note for note what I did here because I don't need to. I mean, we can listen to that. We can all listen to that and go, that's how those notes go. Yeah. You know, it's obviously you need to sort of play faithfully what you've recorded here, but I like that kind of that spur of the moment thing that can happen in a live environment. So I'll change things then. But as for the future, I'm not sure yet. You know, I started this record with the intention of it being very stripped back and very naked, and I didn't do that at all. So maybe next time I'll go into the album thinking I'm really going to just strip this back. And
well, because
I don't know yet.
Because it's worth pointing out that you just played a very stripped back version of some people, but I mean the record itself, great rhythm section on there. Vicar and Linda Bull singing backups, Zanny Kolak doing string arrangements. Like it's a very colourful record.
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff that I 2 months prior to having recorded it hadn't really thought they would be there. So yeah, it's been really exciting to kind of hear it back and feel proud of it. Yeah. So next time, I don't know.
Okay. And a lot of it was written down by the beach, I think you were saying. Does that does that influence the kind of music you're writing, do you think, that sort of location?
Well, the solitude of that does, I think, because my family and I would spend a bit of time down by the beach. We love the ocean and being in that kind of part of nature, I suppose. For me, I would go down by myself and just, there's a real air about you when you're on a beach or around there and there's not many people around and it's just, everything just kind of quietens down a bit in your mind. And not that I think I then go, okay, great, now let's go.
Yeah.
But it just kind of, it just rubs off on you a little. So
Okay.
I'll then go back to the house and maybe just start doing something. And so inevitably everything rubs off on you in some way.
Yeah.
And that was certainly the environment I was in at
Okay.
the time.
And did that play into the album title, that environment?
Yeah, a little bit. The title comes from a lyric in one of the songs, you know, we are tides of the ocean, a gentle push, a constant motion. And I just kind of reflect that to my time being near the actual ocean and its existence, and the fact that we don't control it, and the fact that, you know, the ebb and the flow of that part of our world is kind of, you know, metaphorically reflective, I suppose, on our lives. You know, sometimes things are good and sometimes they're not, and so it's wrapped up in metaphor, I suppose.
Yeah, and they're metaphors in Return, which is the next song that you're going to play for us?
Yeah, there's a little bit. It's really just about being a little shy, missing your chance with someone, I suppose, and kind of hoping that they'll turn around at some point for you, but it's too late.
Right.
They're already gone. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of an autobiographical feel in that.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, look, like I was pretty shy as a kid, so
Yeah.
I was never really too forward in asking people out for dates and stuff, and I missed my opportunity a few times.
Right.
One time, which ended up, you know, after she'd been out with one of my friends, we went out together. You know, it's like when you're in grade 9 and 10.
Sure.
It's all fairly harmless. But,
Yeah. What pulled you out of that shell, do you think? That kind of shy shell?
I don't know. I'm still a little bit that way. Depending on the time. When I'm playing music and I'm on stage, I actually love showing off.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking outside just before about the 80s and how it was just it was like you're at the exhibition and the sideshows are on, and
Yeah.
that was kind of me in the early days of, you know, playing guitar and music. I loved it. The sound of, you know, hairspray being blown everywhere. So that was my kind of comfort zone. I can be shy at times, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty comfortable with, you know,
Yeah, great.
the mess that I am these days.
Well, thank you for sharing your mess with us.
You're
Thanks
welcome,
for coming
Rod,
on the show.
anytime.
Cascading, driving blindly through the waters of your mind. I'm reaching out for something solid, memory etched in time. Your trigger of resistance to my gentle harmony. I'll let you be, so you see that you're already gone to places I won't follow in the heart of your storm, where lovers wait in sorrow for the day you return, you return. And if I ever find an answer to the question of our lives, I'll be sure to tell you, even if you run and hide. 'Cause everything is nothing if I don't reach out and try. I'll let you be, so you see that you're already gone to places I won't follow in the heart of your storm. Oh, I'm a lover who waits in sorrow for the day you return, you return. Ooh. find a story that does show me who you are. I'll take it from the minds and hearts of someone else afar. And if I tell you that I love you, then I'll love you all the time. Then you'll see, come with me. But you're already gone to places I won't follow, in the heart of your storm. Oh, I'm a lover who waits in sorrow for the day you return, for the day you return. But you're already gone. No, you're already gone.